Abbas, please, wherever you are.
Wabakwe no kofi oko dani wabashibie. Nini eji the Ahoto project for the grassroots. Nika ke the Ahoto project for the grassroots. Mukubabi akeshi Ahoto project no na yeden. Ahoto project no eye micro business. Micro business is business enye too difficult to manage. Unhia so ehu bi na wo dey manage sa business no. Na sa business so ye business ye de ba ama NDC grassroots level na boa se na be ya party no ebegina brane asense na egina sesie yi na ama ntutuye pa efa ne sikasem aba party ni mu nti Ahoto project no ka okwe eba neba wa party at the constituency and grassroots level ni bene eba fe ni wabana no kofio neji shika kaple ka wo party futrumi ka party ya tuno kuwe je bia na aba akọ letter na aba bi national chairman general secretary wo to shika wo to no kofio chi at the constituency level shika fio ko ye party e confessing na ke ba chu na kanie ni what the scope of the Ahoto project g ke wo kwe bie ye hwe ye nsa ndifa so a ye be hu se ye wo canopies ye yi bako edi na emum bako anan ansa na ye wo nkunwa bako 100 ena modern outdoor sound system na mechechire mu kakra o hwa ye nim ye fe no rental services ye business bi a se outdooring eyie anase party na nkase mu krampo no ye party activities a bebre na ye no abonten ye discussion ye efie mbotom e de quarantine this facility into embre no MPs constituency executives wom e na saa so ye kese no pa e da wom so into the Ahoto project ayem papa Dr. Kwabna Dufuo was sorry say or finance as supporting all the 275 constituencies including SAL. Mpenyifa mama tiase say ye the SAL abeka constituency ni no into Osande Bakwa Kaun. So we are talking about 76 constituencies across Ghana. Into constituency bia benya 4 McCain canopies, 100 plastic chairs, and a sound system which are your set of microphone, your mixer, your amplifier, and sana your full range and speakers are ebeboa. It is a party no this equipment constituency level. Na so obi be rente ekoye outdooring ekoye yia sika kakra ebeba sa foto ni mu no se party ebia ya rent party office na kakra wo ho ye wo se yetua party ho ka se sika na party na generate at the constituency level no na de aboa se branch executive bi na ade ato nani na ye wo se party ko ne ko boa na sika kakra aba foto ni mu no na de nsa den abom na de aboa na party no enya hoode se na be ya 2024 ekwa ede ni mu no abo oso no ye be pam no akọ ebush forever eyezu bisam be kire bibi kakra ansa na matenase eno no how we are going to monetize ekwa ye be fa so niama sa nhihye we edimu enti ye the back constituency with the help of the leadership of the party a ye be hwe ni aye ntoteye se na be the accountability processes emu be da ho na nkoba ne se ye the back constituency na ye the be share constituency sa chairman ana secretary ana organizer obeka say we dey emi ameja pade enye we japade eye party ejapade at the constituency level inti sanyame anya wadom na olusu election na okwa ko jania manema party na party ni fanye eduma na mboa party at the local level eyezu so it will serve as a welfare scheme, it will serve as a resource mobilization scheme, and it will also serve as a project that will refinance itself. Because if you rent back mienu miensa na sika ba utumi to ngwani bi ka ho utumi to canopies ni bi ka ho and per our calculations, and I'll give you some figures and sana matenase per our calculations we share canopies here on the market averagely Wɔn renting it between 80 to 100 cedis. Egunwa no so 1 cedis baako biara. Ansa na sound system na ankasa no so no 500 Ghana cedis. Ebi mu 800, 900 depending on the circumstance. Ohwa se wo renti wey every week. Na say wo de se wo ye twice a week. Ye na enim say eyie ni outdoor in there Saturday ni Sunday. Utumi renting it twice a week. Meaning say in a month no, while renting every week twice times 4, it will generate not less than 7,000 Ghana cedis for the constituency. Osesia afe, it's more than 80,000 Ghana cedis. Inti enuanom ni mpanyifo a yehia wa ha. Saa project we na yem papa owura Dr. Kwabena Dufuo ose odeba be boa party no se na oye ne dada no se na be ya 2024 ewe ye nim yi aboa no ya pam no wakokra. The cost of the project ankasa non self constituency bia the project is worth over 8.2 million Ghana cedis across the country. Into every constituency we equipment ni na yesese ni na 30,000 Ghana cedis. Say ya ye pay ya if America buy ye nche. Now hwe se na 419 aban oma minister manage yen dollar to cedi relationship na, then you understand say it is worth more than $1 million. Ezu inti penyi for me ma me kasa nwa se yeka Ahoto project for the grassroots a owura Dr. Kwabena Dufuo e de abana na se kire no medamase.
Zuzu Emefa miau. Mr. Chairman, Ura Chairman, Ura Secretary, Bedamas. Mr. Mofa no wakani na ni one can come say when the first project you will pia everba na said some project it will G2 million free MPP for some. A person grassroots no obia ye di we pesika na enya hodo na betimi di akon na ye yuma free ho e say e dey ye bre. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Secretary, honorable members and formidable members of FEC, may I express my sincere thanks to you for allowing me to be here with my team to do this presentation. Yanisopa, enti Ahoto, and the Ahoto Eba grassroots. Ahoto na chino, ebi baby o. Si enyi tumi no a, enya Ahoto bia bi. Enti ebe koso, kwagu, yabra, ebi baby o eja kra. Wati? What fast no? Na on dance na me. Enti me nye ayi Sir John we bi o. E ma enko mo fast ho. Kwagu, be ko be ma ho, wo sta wo fa. Enti be damasi. Make us happy because ke bibia. Yamo boade free ha. Be fi ase de akoma. Yenu yama work class suru. Tomfa nya dwuma. Empesika. Ne part no nya papa bi mfura. Ne tumi no ya nyi free.
Take about 1 or 2 days and then we just
So we are presenting us through the national headquarters executives. We are doing this in the name of.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first, the project is the first of its kind. since our party was established. And every first thing comes with challenges. And so you realize that you heard about this project somewhere in Ashaman. There were challenges because the party found it, not in accordance, the presentation that was done there. The party had problems with it. And since then, we have engaged the donor, Dr. Dufour, to try and structure this project such that it forms a very important landmark and also precedent for other kind-hearted members of the party who wish to follow suit. And so, in the meantime, there were, press speculations about some of us, particularly our national chairman, trying to sabotage the project and all that. Nothing of that sort is true. The point is, if a donor has the wish to donate to support the party, he may have his objectives. But the party also has established rules and procedures about how such donations are received and handled to the benefit of the party. And so since this was the first of its kind, we needed to think through together with the donor so that even as we get his objectives fulfilled, the party also does not sacrifice its principles and procedures and laws. And that is why it has taken some time for us to agree as to how this project has to be handled. We in the National Executive has always been appealing for support because the party has no business with which to generate funds to finance the running of the party and its structures. We survive on dues, contributions, and donations from members of the public and our own members by way of dues, contribution and special events. And we have been receiving support, particularly from former appointees of the party. And we are proud to say that Dr. Dufour is a former appointee of the party. He worked as governor of Bank of Ghana and also worked as the finance minister who turned the economy around. And so we should not have any problem at all receiving donations from Dr. Dufour as his colleagues have done in support of the activities of the party. The nature of the donations and our own record of receiving donations was the subject of the discussions that have taken us this long. We have had occasions in this party where appointees of the party, whilst we are in government, have tried to, if you like, appropriate resources within their control to try and service their own interests. The party has come out strongly to condemn such activities. And so we had to satisfy ourselves that Dr. Dufour is not channeling any state funds to support the party. That was part of the research we were undertaking. we have had occasion where individuals have sent monies to all the constituencies, claiming they wanted just to support the party. In the end, it has turned out that those persons had some ulterior motives. We have had occasions where people have supplied materials, consumables, to party members across the country in their constituencies. Many of these donations go to support individual members. We have had occasions even when some people had donated items for campaign to the party. In some cases, trying to put their own branding on the items like t-shirts, caps, and other things. We have frowned on such activities. And in some cases, after we have won or lost those elections, they come out to claim that the donation they made was in fact a loan to us, and they want to call us to pay back. We have fought some of the cases, and in some cases, we have ended up in court. Because we understand a donation to be a donation. And when you donate to us, you have given us something over which you have no control. We have had occasions where some people have gone to take materials on credit. They come and donate, and flamboyant events like this are organized. In some cases, after we lost those elections, they now come and say that we owe them, and that the items were taken on credit in the name of the party, and so the party should cough out resources to go and pay. And we have had occasions where individuals have popped up after we have won elections to come and complain that the party has not recognized their effort towards the campaign. They haven't acknowledged what they contributed. In some cases, when a search is conducted, we realize that the people through whom the donations were made, they came to present the donation as their own and got the recognition as their own. And so if you bring donation from somebody who has sent you to come and present to us, and we recognize you, the presenter, as the donor, we have no way of knowing the one who sent you. And so when there is a problem, you will be at the receiving end. And in all those cases, such people have been exposed. That look, our documentation shows that this individual came to do the donation. And so he is the person we recognize. And we have no idea that individual did not even indicate that he was being sent to come and donate anything on anybody's behalf. And so, ladies and gentlemen, these are some of the challenges. And in other cases, some people have come to donate, and then they come back to come and dictate to us how the donation should be handled within the party. And we have objected. We have objected because once you donate to the party, the items become the property of the party. And so, if you, after the donation, if at some point in time you have a change of mind, you have no right to reclaim those items. They have become the property of NDC. And those executives who are in charge of the party at the various levels, these items from today become the property of NDC. And so, if you lose in the incoming elections, if you lose your position, you go home, you hand over the items to the new executives who have been elected, and you go home without a canopy or a plastic chair. So these are the ground rules we're trying to establish before this event is held. The good thing about this is that Chinese have said that it is better to teach somebody how to fish than to receive fish or to give that person a piece of fish. Because maybe the money that has gone into this could have been utilized in buying consumables. Maybe canned fish. During the election, I encountered a place where MPP was distributing frozen chicken parts and all that. So this could have been sufficient to procure those items. But the problem with the distribution of consumables is that they end up in the homes and stomachs of individuals, and they don't benefit the party. This is a different project of its kind. It is intended to build the capacity of the party structure to run effectively. It is not going to provide anybody pocket money. And so this is a contribution that will support the party itself to grow, to develop its own capacity to finance its activities. And I think that in that sense, it is a very commendable project. The party treasurer and the others who deal with the financing of the party and organizers will be deployed to the various constituencies to offer training of the constituency executives about how to manage such projects. Apart from the items being rented for income, we will say that the economists refer to something as import substitution. The party structure itself, every weekend at various places, have had to rent canopies and chairs when it happens that the party is engaged in a funeral or any other activity, outdoor activity of its kind. And so even as the items will provide a source of income, it will also help us to provide services which otherwise we could have doled out money to go and procure. So on this note, and on behalf of the National Executive and the whole structure of the party in the various constituencies, we wish to express our appreciation to the donor, Dr. Dufo. As he has indicated, he says there is another follow-up project. So we are urging the party to apply the project very well so that it will encourage him to bring whatever project, additional project he has on board. And we will assure him that any other additional project that will be proposed will be taken through the same analysis to ensure that it satisfies our conditions for receiving donations.
Let me add my voice to that of the General Secretary and on behalf of the party to thank the donor for this presentation and to say that it is part of our preparation towards capturing power come 2024. The journey towards 2024 calls for embracing everybody to come on board and put their shoulders to the wheel so that together we will approach the election as a communal labor. And in approaching the election as communal labor, each and every one will contribute according to your strength, according to your capacity, and according to your talent. Some can contribute in the form of money, some can contribute in the form of knowledge in developing policies, programs, and ideas. Some can also contribute by doing the legwork, like the foot soldiers, who will move from house to house, from door to door, to campaign for the party. Some will also be donating money to support the party, and some will be donating logistics to support the party. And so that is how this party has been running. The party doesn't earn anything at the end of the month, but at the end of the month we have to pay workers at the National Secretariat. We have to service this very huge edifice to ensure that we promote the longevity of this office. And in so doing, several people have contributed in managing and running the party and keeping the party afloat. Because as somebody says, it is not easy to be in opposition. And when in opposition and you see a party running efficiently and effectively like the NDC, then there are people behind who are bending their backs to push the party. And so whilst acknowledging the contribution of Dr. Kwabena Dufo, we also want to use this platform to express our appreciation to all those who have been contributing to keep this party running. I remember when new regions were created, somebody got up and said, I will provide furniture for all the 6 newly created regions. Just leave it for me. Let them bring their requirements, and I'll go there and support them. And the person delivered. In elections, there are people who come in and say, we are donating pickups that will help in running the affairs of the party. Some of them will say that we are anonymous donors. We don't want our names to be mentioned. But the party realized that as we move on, we need to do things in a more professional and sustainable ways. Because after the 2016 elections, there were people who were given pickups. And when you make attempt to go and retrieve those pickups for some other uses, they will ask that you are not the one who gave us those pickups, so you cannot come and retrieve them from us. And the General Secretary will indicate that if you do not pass the pickups through me, you cannot ask me to go and retrieve. What am I going to retrieve? Under what authority am I going to retrieve it? So before the 2020 elections, we put systems in place that even before any vehicle, motorbike, or any other huge logistics like this will go into the constituencies, we call the regions, we call the constituencies. We have opened an asset register at the party secretariat here, and people come in and sign. Party take over the items and then release the items to them, and all those items, vehicles and others, are in the asset register of the party. We keep keys of it. So if we have a vehicle running somewhere and the person is misbehaving and we want to take the vehicle, we have the authority to even go and take the vehicle and then show the police that he signed to take the vehicle. We have the documentations, and we now have the authority to go and take it. It has brought a lot of sanity into the system. And that is why, as a party, we decided that things must be done properly in the right way, so that we can leave assets in the name of the party. When you become an executive and you are leaving office, you don't leave with all the items. In fact, sometimes you go and the people leave with all the items, including registers, including everything. And when you want to even find history of the party, you cannot even trace them. And we believe that we want to approach managing this party from a more professional point of view. And so, we standing here will be the last people to oppose anybody who wants to support the party in areas like this, which we believe will go a long way to empower the party at the constituency level in order to move the party forward. Indeed, our party systems and structures must be respected. And I was asking whether regional representatives are here. I think that our party has a structure. The structure runs from the branch to the constituency, to the region, and to the national. And if we are able to follow those structures, I think it will be very good for all of us. So that even when the items are handed over to us as national here, our responsibility is to hand the items over to the region which plays a supervisory role for the constituency, hands this over to the constituency, so that in reporting, we will use the same system that has been put in place to ensure that the reporting systems and the monitoring, evaluation, and reporting systems are kept according to the party structures and operating standards. And so, once again, we want to thank all of you, and we want to say that the party has embarked on a number of exercises that are crucial to our success for the 2024 elections. Don't sit on the fence. You can adopt a constituency, you can adopt a branch, you can show interest in the ongoing registration exercise. You can purchase cards to support people in the constituency to be able to get party cards and become bona fide members of the party. There are several ways in which one can help this party to move forward. So let us emulate the shining examples that has been exhibited by our donor this morning, and let us also come over to Macedonia and support. We believe that a journey of 1,000 kilometers begins with a step. What we want to assure donors, the donor and donors who will come afterwards, is that the party will take very good care of whatever comes into our hands, manage it well for the benefit of the entire system towards the realization of the objective that we have set for ourselves. Once again, thank you very much. And we also want to thank all other people and say that come on board and help, because the victory of the NDC is coming again. And the people should say a great job. Although,